You're watching Tiki TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, you guys. So I have more updates for you guys. And somebody tried to come at me today and send me something. And so I'm going to respond to you since you want to do this. Uh, and I don't like having to come and go back and forth and eat the people on different topics. But I'm going to show you some tonight. And I'm going to show you the reason why I am at a wait and see approach what Ben Crump and them team have to say because of what has happened tonight. And I'm also going to talk about that liar, Officer Tatum, because Officer Tatum is a disgusting individual, in my opinion. To just sit up there and lie like he did the other day was absolutely disgusting. I'm going to talk about him too. And I'm also going to talk about the lies that are now going on with the parents of Nolan Wells and what I was sent today. And I'm going to talk about that tonight. Matter of fact, we're going to start off with that. And I'm going to talk about some other things that have happened too, as well. And this is the reason why I told you guys. Everybody's listening to this video. This is the reason why I told y'all: quick to hear, slow to speak. Quick to hear, slow to speak. Because I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. This shit right here is disgusting. First of all, what happened was did a stream this morning. And in that stream, I was challenged. After that stream, I was sent some information and told to look up some stuff. But I was also told about what I'm about to show y'all right now. Matter of fact, let me see if I can put this on the screen for you guys, right? Because I'm about to show y'all this. And I'm about to show everybody why I say the things I say on this YouTube channel. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys something. And I'm glad that the person who wrote me that, you know what you said. And I'm glad that you said that to me because what you did is you made me get seriously on point, even more than I was already on point. And now I'm going to destroy you because I actually came with some evidence. Because this is the reason why I told y'all this whole situation, it's a lot of lies and it's a lot of misinformation being put out here through and through, right? And that's why I told everybody needs to sit back and wait till the official evidence comes out. Let me repeat myself again. This is the reason why I told everybody that everybody needs to wait till the official evidence is released. Okay, now what are you talking about, Ticket? Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me put this on the screen. I'm trying to get this on the screen for you guys right now. I want to get this up here because I want to show y'all what I'm talking about. Let's put this right there. And I'm going to put this on the screen. Y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in here. This is going to be an unbelievable stream tonight because I'm going to touch on all this shit. And Officer Tatum is a disgusting individual. You guys told me to go look this guy up. Yeah, he's down Jason Whitlock's path, right? But I have something else I want to talk about with that dude too. Because as I said, that dude is a disgrace. That dude is a disgrace, bro. That dude is a disgrace, bro. He's a whole disgrace, bro. But I want to talk about what I'm about to show y'all first because this, and what I'm gonna show y'all absolutely disgusted me. In fact, let me make sure that I show y'all. Let's get it up on the screen. Let's get it up here on the screen for you guys. I want to start off with this because this fell right into my lap. Because the person that was talking shit today, man, I'm gonna ether you. So you came on my channel, and what you said on my channel was, you said, and you came to me afterwards. People wrote to me afterwards this, and they said, "Hey, Ticket, because I seen this. Well, I'm about to show you right now. You see this on your screen right here? Do you see that on your screen? Today, I was sent a message, you guys, disgraceful, disgusting message, uh, that there was proof, first of all, that Nolan Wells' father is not his biological father, and that his mother is a money grubbing, hungry, you know what. And that's a lie. And I'm going to prove to you why that's a lie. And media takeout, you guys need to watch out with the shit you report. Because what you reported today And people are going off these stories. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, you have to sift through what's real and what's fake. People are literally going off this and taking this stuff at face value. Nolan Wells' mom, it says, filed legal documents, says she's sole heir to the estate. People read that title and said, oh shit, that's not that nigga's daddy. But then this is what they wrote in the article that have all these people talking shit and don't know what the hell they talking about. So if you scroll down that article, it says, wait a minute, what about dad? Now we have to talk about the elephant in the room because this filing has us taken back. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. I want y'all to listen to what I had to say. Big J Rock, get off your knees, nigga. Get the fuck out my channel. Nobody asked you to bring your ass over here, dog. Nigga, didn't nobody ask you to bring your ass over here, bro. The fuck on, nigga. The hell is wrong with you, boy? If you don't like it, nigga, you ain't got to argue, nigga. Just take your ass up out of here, nigga. And brush your teeth on the way out. Like I said before, I was rudely interrupted by, well, I ain't even gonna say it. But anyways, let's keep going, you guys. It says now we have to talk about the elephant in the room. This is in an article, y'all, and people are taking this shit and going with this like it's real information, but I'm about to show y'all tonight. Looking closely at these documents, we're seriously questioning why the mom is claiming to be the sole heir at law when Nolan clearly has a father who has been very vocal in the media. When a sole heir filing drops and leaves out a parent, it instantly makes investigators, right, and legal watchers scratch their head. Is it just a simple mix-up or clearer effort? No. And the parents should sue media takeout for this shit. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Ladies and gentlemen, and people are going with this lie, and they said, hey, Ticket, cause see, you don't even know what you're talking about. That's not the real daddy. Nigga, I told you I got pictures of that nigga with the baby, nigga. I told you. That's his son, nigga. He been rocking out with that girl for the longest, nigga. But when I bring evidence, y'all don't want to listen. Don't worry, we're gonna get to Officer Tatum next and his lying ass. Anyways, so the documents, what they did was nasty. What Media Takeout did was disgusting. And people will take that title and take what they said and say, oh man, see, she's shitting all over the father. Bro, the court documents are true, ladies and gentlemen, regarding to Nolan Wells' estate and are real. Listen, right? But the article speculation about the family or a family feud or omitting the father is legally inaccurate, you guys. Here are the facts. Back on July the 20th, 2026, Nolan's mother, Christine Wells Walmsley, filed a petition in the Chancery Court of Jackson County, Mississippi. She requested to open Xavier Wells' estate and be named its administrators. Because Nolan was 18 years old and passed away unexpectedly, the court documents explicitly state that the estate currently contains no physical property. Instead, it consists entirely of claims for damages tied to the circumstances of Nolan's death. Under standard interstate, no will paperwork in Mississippi, a filing parent often lists themselves to establish immediate legal authority. The judge granted the mother the request on July the 23rd, 2026, giving her the power to subpoena records, hire investigators, and pursue potential wrongful death lawsuits on behalf of the family. Remember what I just said to y'all, because what I'm exposing in this video is all facts, no lies. The blog post frames this as a mysterious omission, right, of the father, Elmore Walmsley. However, this is a standard legal process rather than a family dispute. Nolan's mother and father, Christine and Elmore, remain completely aligned. They have been actively working together with their high-profile legal team, led by attorney Ben Crump, to seek answers. Public, family, and media records clarify that Elmore Walmsley Sr. is Nolan's biological father. Nolan went by his mother's maiden name, Wells, simply to preserve her side of the family's legacy. Didn't I tell y'all this? Let's start right here before I get to lying ass Officer Tatum. Didn't I tell y'all this whole time? Everybody's been subscribed to my channel. Didn't I tell y'all when them niggas was lying saying that he wasn't the biological father, that he was the biological father? Right? Right? The family records and the media clarify that he is the biological father of Nolan Wells. Nolan went by his mother's maiden name Wells simply to preserve her side of the family legacy. Remember, her mother died. Then they said, oh, well, she's not black. How's she not black when her daddy black? Half black. She's not half black. She's all Filipino. How she's not when her daddy's black? That's her daddy right there, nigga. So that's to all you liars on the internet. That's her daddy right there. Her daddy's black. And that nigga live in Mississippi. Let's keep going. The court order specifically, explicitly notes that a formal determination of heirship will officially be processed by the court at a later time. Under Mississippi law, if a child dies without a spouse or children, both living biological parents are equally entitled to share in the estate's inheritance or the lawsuit proceeds, right? Now, let's keep going now. Why am I saying all this that I'm saying? We're going to get to it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I've told everybody that's listening to my channel that we should wait before we judge this entire case. Why did I say that? I said that because of what I'm about to tell y'all next, before I get to Officer Tatum. And Officer Tatum, I'm going to destroy your lying ass because you a liar. You a stone cold liar. And I'm going to get on your ass tonight. Right? But basically, ladies and gentlemen, something happened. And I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Something happened, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Now, what happened was Nolan's parents made a major move. They made a move, you guys, and I'm going to show you why they made this move. In fact, let me put this on the screen so there's no confusion to what I'm about to say to you guys. I don't want any confusion. They made a move yesterday, or the other day. They made a move the other week. But nobody knew this move they made. Well, some people know, if you really know. But the move they made is going to destroy all these liars on the internet very soon. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because a lot of these people are just lying for content. So if you're that stupid to come on YouTube before an open investigation is finished, running your mouth talking about who murdered or who did what, you're a fool. See a fool, play a fool. Now let's get into this, because this is very diabolical what happened. Let's put this on the screen for you guys. Nolan Wells' parents have sent paperwork. Nolan Wells' parents, on the same day that Nolan Wells' funeral happened, right, had their attorneys that are representing his estate. Now, this all goes together with what I just showed y'all. This lying ass article talk about, oh, well, why did the mother, what about the dad? No, idiot, it's procedural situation on how the mother filed it. It wasn't because they have a problem or that's not his father, but all it took was a little bit of research. But people are posting this information and saying, oh, the daddy, that ain't the biological daddy, nigga. That proves it, nigga. Because why she do it by herself? These people are damn fools, y'all. And I'm going to show you this. I'm going to prove what I'm saying. And when I'm right, they're going to move the goalposts. Now listen to what I'm saying to y'all. Remember I told y'all what the mother did. She went and did that. Immediately. She had to do it fast. Why did she have to do that fast? Because of what she was going to do next, which is what you see on your screen. The same day that Nolan Wells died, right? And let me say this to everybody too. Before I move forward, I want to say this. You guys remember all these people on YouTube that was talking shit and doing investigative bullshit, talking about something. Why did they have a closed casket? The family is up to something. No, they're not. The family, Janet Jackass, had a closed casket because something was unnormal and unusual about their son's death. What am I saying? The family had a closed casket because they didn't put the organs back in his body yet. He is still being investigated. So they're gonna have to go back in the body to put in the end, they put your stuff back in your body before they bury you. So maybe the parents did not want nobody to see the son like that and take pictures because it was an ongoing investigation to where they had a special circumstance with independent investigators and other things going on, but people don't want to listen. But I got it for y'all today. So the mother filed how she filed it because she had to do it quick because of what they did on the day of the funeral. Now, on the day of the funeral, the mother had the attorneys that represented Nolan's estate send a notice of intent that they're going to sue every fucking body. And I told y'all this, that money that they finna get is fitting to be stupid. But everybody didn't know what I was saying this. When I told y'all, I showed y'all this right here from your boy, Officer Tatum. And Officer Tatum, I'm going to get your ass later on because you're sick. Because here's the thing, Officer Tatum. You're supposed to be an ex-police officer, but you don't know the law, son. You don't know that them boys are all supposed to have on life jackets and life rafts. And obviously that boat was going under. If you look at the back of that boat was sinking down. And the boy was throwing the rope. But that's not what this is about. Because I'm going to show y'all what Officer Tatum nasty. I'm going to show you what he did later on. Officer Tatum, what you did was disgusting, man. And you lied. And I'm going to prove you lied. But let me get back to this. So the day of the funeral, the parents hired the lawyers to send that litigation, right? And pursue litigation on behalf of Nolan Wells' estate. So the mother had to do that, y'all, to immediately get control of her son's estate. Why? Because now listen very closely. She had to do it fast because everybody that's on the internet lying to y'all and having fake information, the parents did this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put this on the screen. I'm not even gonna shit y'all. I'm not even gonna shit with y'all tonight. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna put this on the screen. Just give me 1 second, you guys. Give me 1 second, because I want to be thorough. Just let me put this on the screen for y'all. Hold on 1 second. Second, I'm put this on the screen for y'all. Because I want everybody to read this movie. I don't want people to think I'm just lying and making shit up. I know what I'm talking about. And this thing goes deep, y'all. It goes real deep, and you about to find out. This is why I don't come on YouTube and run my mouth about shit unless I'm sure about something. This is facts, right? Now, let me put this up here. Because when you see this, now it's going to explain everything. When I'm about to show y'all right now, it's going to explain every single thing I'm telling y'all. And then I'm going to cook that nigga, Officer Tatum, because he lied. It's something he lied about, and I caught him in a bold-faced lie. And I'm going to get his ass, too. I told y'all, I don't care about, all I care about is the truth. That's it. If it ain't about the truth, stay away from me. I don't have no time for playing no games when it comes to the youth. We don't play these games. All right? Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to make sure I get this on the screen. I want this so y'all can see this because I need everybody to understand. When y'all see what I'm about to show y'all, this is why I'm the best at doing this shit. Because I don't come on YouTube and just jump at the first thing they put out in front of me. You understand what I'm saying? Now, hold on, you guys. Let me, because it's a lot I'm about to show y'all. A lot, right? but it's very important. Very important. And this is the reason why I told y'all, when I show y'all this right now, you're gonna see why all these people on the internet are liars and need to sit their ass down and shut the fuck up until I told y'all, until Ben Crump bring that information. When Ben Crump bring that information, that's when you're gonna get the real. This is why I told y'all Ben Crump wasn't worried about none of that shit these people talking about on the internet. Y'all keep listening to these YouTubers who ain't down there, who ain't doing none of this shit. When you need to be listening to the actual people that's out here doing the real investigative work. Hold on, y'all. Cause this shit I got right here, woo, man. Hold on, just give me 1 second, y'all. I'm almost ready. I'm almost ready. Put this on the screen for y'all. I'm sorry I didn't have this up on the screen, but it's a lot right here. And I have to show y'all because if I don't show y'all, somebody will still come in here and say, oh, y'all niggas is capping. No, I'm not capping, nigga. I'm finna show you right now, nigga. I'm finna show you right now. And I have the actual paperwork too. You F with me, nigga, you know I got it, nigga. F with me, nigga, you know I got it, nigga. Right? Hold on. Hold on, you guys. All right? And I'm just going to show y'all. Hold on. I don't know why I can't. I don't know why it won't let me do it like this. I'll show it to y'all. I'll show that part to y'all later on. Okay, let's put this on here right now. All right, you guys. So here we go. All right. Now, I'm going to read this to you, but I'm going to put what I'm reading on the screen for you guys so that y'all can actually see what I'm reading, right? And you can understand the information. Here we go right here, you guys. All right. Hold on, my bad. Let's start right here. All right. We'll start right here, you guys. All right, you guys. So it says right here, the same day Nolan Xavier Wells was laid to rest, attorneys representing his estate sent a notice of intent to pursue litigation on behalf of his estate to Nolan Wells' friends, their families, and others connected to the investigation into the 18-year-old's death. The move came after a Jackson County Chancery Court judge appointed Nolan Wells' mother, Christine Walmsley, administrator of her son's estate. She signed paperwork the same day as the funeral. Nationally known civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who is not licensed to practice law in Mississippi, is working with the Ridgeland law firm Carol Bufkin PLLC. Attorney Gary Bufkin signed the notices. Now let's keep going. It gets deep. I'm telling y'all this shit. This is why I told y'all these people need to sit down on the internet and shut the fuck up because they have no idea how real this shit about to get. All that fake information they've been getting, bullshit. I'm about to show you the real. And I'm going to show you the real right now. As y'all see, they have represented several high-profile clients, including defendants in the Jackson welfare probe and the unrelated Jackson bribery case involving Hinds County District Attorney Jody Owens. Copies of the letters obtained by attorneys representing some recipients notify them, listen y'all, notify them of potential litigation related to Nolan Wells' death after he disappeared during a 4th of July trip on Horn Island. Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. Because this shit gets disgusting right now. Because when you find out what I'm about to show y'all, oh. Wells, who was black, traveled on an island by boat with a group of white friends. The friends returned to the mainland without telling him, or without him, telling authorities that Nolan stayed behind to talk with the girl and other friends. 2 days later, A National Park Service ranger found Nolan Wells' body on the northwest tip of Horn Island. Let's keep going, y'all. It gets spooky around here. It gets spooky. It gets Nino Brown around here, y'all. It definitely gets Nino Brown around here. Walmsley, who was appointed administrator of her son's estate, retained Ben Crump to investigate the circumstances surrounding Nolan's death. The preservation notices were sent by a Mississippi attorney working with Ben Crump. Although many of the letters were sent to the parents, listen now, of Nolan Wells' friends, similar notices, these are legal notices, y'all, that they intend to file a lawsuit. Now listen now, similar notices also were sent to entities involved in the ongoing investigation. Now, let's keep going. Woo! Well, what I'm about to show y'all, I promise y'all this. This shit finna make you go crazy. And this is why I told y'all, all these niggas on YouTube talking, need to sit down and shut the F up, because they don't know what the hell they talking about. The letters instruct recipients to immediately, listen y'all, this shit that they giving y'all on the internet is fake. You know why? I'm gonna show you why right now. The letters that the parents' lawyers sent all of these people, the parents of all these boys and all these people down in Mississippi, this is the reason why they're getting so much hate right now, instructed them to immediately preserve all evidence in their possession, custody, or control in its original, unaltered form. They also direct recipients to suspend any automatic deletion or overwrite functions that could destroy evidence. Specifically, recipients are instructed to stop automatic deletion or overwriting on cell phones, computers, video cameras, and any other electronic devices capable of storing data. The notices also direct recipients to prevent electronic devices and systems from automatically deleting or overwriting information after a set period. Now, let me explain this before I go to the next part. Because with the next part, I'm finna name this shit to y'all. What the reason why the parents sent these notices to these people's parents, to all of these family, all of the family and all these people, they did this for a specific reason, you guys. And the specific reason they did this is because the parents are going to try to get all of the original, not the shit that's been put on YouTube. The shit that have been put on YouTube have been altered. Those are not the original raw data files. This is why I told everybody, now wait right here, because I'm finna show y'all. This is why I told all these Rudy Poo candy asses on YouTube that Ben Crump, their own legal team don't believe this shit that they're saying on the fucking internet. Why? Because Ben Crump's legal team has completely distanced themselves from these assholes online and specific viral audio enhancements. He is not acknowledging them as real evidence. When I showed y'all this, y'all thought I was lying when I called these motherfuckers out on YouTube for putting out and following cap. But let's keep going. And y'all wonder why they lawyered up. But let's keep going. I'm finna show y'all this because it gets super ugly right now. The parents are getting all of the raw data. You will never see the raw data. Let me repeat this again, and this is not about them killing him. The parents filed the lawsuit, and the parents sent the notice with intention to file a lawsuit to hold the families accountable so that nobody can delete any evidence pertaining to this entire situation. Not because they're saying you're guilty of murdering my son. What they doing is making sure that nobody can alter or change raw evidence. People have put altered audios, and all kind of shit on social media that has outraged people. That's fake information. They're giving, these people are reacting on fake information. Because in the legal paperwork, asshole lights, the parents have just demanded the real original filings from all of the people that were involved, that were around that situation. What do you mean, Ticket? Read your screen. The preservation notices demand that recipients retain evidence across numerous categories. That includes the following electronic communications. The parent was smart as fuck. The mother, by sending the intent notice that I'm just gonna fuck around and sue everybody if I can't get no justice to find out exactly what happened to my son, it forces them under legal pretenses to have to turn in all of that raw information. And guess what? If they erase anything, guess what happens? Subpoena time, raw data check time. You can't erase raw data. Now let's keep going. That includes the following electronic communications, y'all. Text messages, iMessage, multimedia message, WhatsApp communication, Signal communications, Telegram communications, Snapchat communications, Instagram direct messages, Facebook Messenger communications, emails, all draft emails and messages, group chats, deleted or archived communications capable of recovery. And wait, I got more, y'all. You know I came with the smoke. This is what I do. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? This is what the fuck I do. This is why I told y'all I don't come on here running my goddamn mouth, putting out bullshit before I got the real smoke. Under the category cellular telephone and electronic devices, the following is sought. This is all sought by the parents from everybody right now. And they filed legal paperwork to put it on their ass. Cellular telephones, tablets, laptop computers, desktop computers, smartwatches, cameras, external hard drives, right? USB storage devices, SD cards, any other electronic storing device. For each device, preserve the complete contents. Now listen what they're legally, the parents have done. That mama's smart as fuck. And this is the reason why that mama got all them people mad as fuck at her right now. And they giving her all those bad reviews because this woman outsmarted all they asses. Even all these clowns on the internet lying, putting out fake ass information. How could you put out fake information when you don't even got the raw information? Let's keep going. In addition, the parents in their legal filings, right? In addition, the following is listed under the title metadata: documents, emails, text messages, photographs, videos, audio recordings, GPS records, social media content, electronic files, deleted information, modified information, edited material, archived information, hidden information, replaced information, information scheduled for automatic deletion or otherwise altered. Under surveillance and security, the following is requested. Now let's go to this because it gets deeper than rap. It's deeper than rap, y'all. Let's go to this, y'all. Let's go to this one right here. Marine, see, this is why it's going, this is over with. See, this is why I keep trying to tell y'all. Everybody talking shit on YouTube, and I told you, these motherfuckers, this is the reason why I sat back and I told everybody listening, yo, I'm not down there doing the investigation, but I trust Ben Crump people because Ben Crump, he ain't new to this. Mofo, he true to this shit. And Ben Crump and them gonna clean all that shit up. And let me say this to y'all right now. It doesn't matter what they deleted in their phones. And your phone is what you call metadata. So if you deleted something, guess what they can do? Subpoena the company and go get what you deleted. Doesn't fucking matter. they can go and subpoena the company and get what you deleted. And you know what they'll do? They can also subpoena the person you messaged to get their information, that other side. But let's keep going, because this is why I told y'all, these people on YouTube are fucking liars. They're money hungry, grubbing SOBs, and Weavy Wonder, Weave a dirt cheese, lying for shits and giggles, putting out fake information, right? Just so they can get YouTube views and money. But guess what, y'all? The parents finna get that real. You know why the parents finna get that real information? Read your screen. The parents have demanded through their legal marine surveillance, the dock surveillance videos. People forgot about all this shit. Oh, you forgot? They got all that video down there from the dock, the marine. This is how I tell y'all they're gonna find out exactly what happened. This is why I told y'all, wait and let them motherfuckers cook. Listen, y'all, parking lot surveillance, nearby business surveillance. And don't worry, Officer Tatum, I'm gonna get him in a minute. I got something on him right now. I got an easy lie on him. He gonna mess around and get his ass sued by the parents. And we're gonna talk about that in a second. But let's talk about this. The parents, now I'm telling y'all this. This is getting disgusting. I'm gonna tell y'all, check this out, y'all. Everything that happened. See, we live in an era, you guys, where everything's on tape. Meaning dock surveillance, marine surveillance, parking lot camera videos, nearby business surveillance videos, which means that all the nearby businesses will have to give up their surveillances. Why? Because if Nolan was murdered, they get to see everybody that came and left through their videos, through the cars, the license plates, and all that. Through the traffic cameras, they're gonna get exactly. That's why I told y'all, let Ben Crump cook. Stop coming out here trying to, I'm gonna be first. I'm gonna get the shit done, nigga. No, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Sit your ass down and shut up, nigga. I told you this is what Ben Crump do. All y'all that was sitting up there running your mouth, I don't think Ben Crump was the right one. Shut your ass up, man. You got the right one, baby. Uh-huh. Let's keep going. Parking lot surveillance, nearby video business surveillance, residential surveillance, traffic cameras, law enforcement surveillance, communications of all kinds. The following is sought from the prosecutors. So the parents, now what I'm about to read you, this is what they sent in their legal notice to the prosecutors that they want. The investigative files, communications of all kind with law enforcement, including text messages, instant messages, and emails, witness interviews, recorded statements, photographs, videos, grand jury material to the extent preservation is required by law, digital evidence received from any source, correspondence concerning his investigation. The parents are going to get everything. I told y'all, they getting ready to sue these motherfuckers if anything was wrong. So this is why I keep trying to tell y'all. If Ben Crump did not say any of this shit these motherfuckers saying on YouTube, why is anybody believing these people? They're all full of shit. They're going off bullshit information. I keep telling y'all this, but y'all don't want to listen. But guess what? You're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. Let's keep going, y'all. Read your screen, ladies and gentlemen. This information by the parents has been sought on your screen from the state medical examiner. The parents have demanded the autopsy reports and legal filings, y'all, preliminary findings, the final reports, the toxicology reports, the histology, x-rays, CT scans, photographs, The crime scene photographs, extensive logs, chain of custody, biological specimens, tissue samples, DNA, blood samples, DNA evidence, internal notes, communications of all kinds concerning the examination, including text messages, instant messages, and emails. And see, this is why y'all get mad at me, but I'd rather be thorough and right than come in here and lie and be all wrong. And make 100 videos acting like I know it was this, I know when I don't know. That's why I said I'm waiting on the parents. I'm waiting on the parents. And I try to tell y'all this. Them parents finna get paid, and I'm talking about they finna get paid in full. That's why, and all y'all talking shit, well, why would Ben Crump get involved? Because Ben Crump is going, he came in and blew this whole shit up. And Officer Tatum, we're gonna talk about you in just a second. But physical evidence the parents are seeking, you guys. The parents want the clothing, the footwear, the jewelry, life jackets, personal flotation devices. Remember I told y'all this? Motherfuckers be acting like I don't know what I be talking about. Didn't I tell y'all this? It be so lonely at the top, my nigga. Didn't I tell y'all this? It be so lonely at the fucking top. And all these motherfuckers, they be riding, y'all be riding with the wrong people around here. Well, you should be riding with your boy. See, when Officer Tatum put out that video, what Officer Tatum forgot is that they're in big fucking trouble. Because you got 18, first of all, you got 18-year-olds and younger drinking on a boat. That's illegal. Secondly, they're all supposed to have their life vest on while operating the boat. The boat is moving. That's illegal. Listen to what I'm telling y'all now. Listen to what I'm saying to everybody listening to this video, right? I want you to peep what I'm saying to y'all now. Now let's go back to this. Let's go back to this, you guys. Right? There were no flotation devices in that video. Why you think the parents demanding that they turn in the flotation devices, the personal flotation devices? Guess why, y'all? How many boys they said was on that boat? If that boat was rented to those boys and they didn't have enough flotation devices, oh, that's a stupid lawsuit already. That's a disgusting lawsuit. See, they all mad because the parents were smart enough to go get Ben Crump and them involved. See, when Ben Crump come through, he finna get them paid in full. See, y'all talking all this shit. Oh, Ben Crump came and took money. No, he ain't. Ben Crump gonna get his money off the back end of that fucking $800 million lawsuit they get. You didn't know? That's why all these people, they know the fuck they talking about. Oh man, why is Ben Crump around here race hustling? He ain't race hustling. Ben Crump is finna get a stupid chunk of change when that lady and that husband get paid in full. Remember I told y'all about the life vest. Nobody was talking about that on YouTube except for me. And look what the parents put in that paperwork. Official. Life jackets. Personal flotation devices. I told you, motherfuckers. You think this is just, I'm just on a different level, man. I'm special, man. Cellular telephones, watches, backpacks, bags, rope, coolers, and any items recovered during the investigation. The mother is a fucking genius. They talk all this shit about this boy mama. This boy mama and his daddy is standing on business, nigga. Because let me keep showing y'all this. It gets worse. I'm not even finished yet. The mama and listen, we're not even saying that somebody murdered somebody yet. We're just showing you that the parents are getting all the real information, unedited. That way, when they come with their final finding, now we get the truth. Let's keep going, right? Cloud storage and backups, Apple iCloud data, Google Drive, Google Photos, Microsoft OneDrive, Dropbox, Amazon Photos, carrier cloud backups, automatic device backups, internet and search history. That's very important. Browser history, very important. Internet searches, very important. Let's keep going. The mama went real deep. The mama and the daddy, they went for the whole gusto on this shit, yo. I gotta show them a lot of love for standing on fucking business. And watch. This is because see, this type of investigation would not have been done if they did not go get Ben Crump involved. I'm telling you, Ben Crump came in here and blew this whole shit up. Internet and search history, downloaded history, deleted browsing data, images, video, and audio, upload history, cached internet data. Man, boy, they not fucking playing. Let's keep going, y'all. They asking for, bro, they're demanding through the legal documents every fucking thing, bro. Everything. Look at this shit, y'all. And guess what? All this is going to be sent to a grand jury anyways for them to determine what happened. That's why I told y'all relax. Images, video, audio, and other evidence sought. Raw image files, original image files, metadata associated with every image and video, voice recording, voice memos, telephone recordings, recorded interviews, recorded witness statements, dispatch recordings, voice recordings, radio traffic recordings, location information, GPS history, cellular location history, Google timeline data, Apple significant locations, find my iPhone location history, navigation app history, geo fence information, marina docking records, vessel tracking information. So all these people, let me stop right here before we go forward. All these people say the parents are grifting, man. They get, no, they're not. The parents are doing what any parent would want to do, find the truth about what happened to their son. And so what the parents are doing is all that money y'all donated is going to their entire legal team, investigators. See, you have to pay these people all this time to do this investigation. People don't understand that. This is $1 million fucking investigation, multi-million dollar, that all of these independent investigators are doing. But you got these weasels running around here on YouTube talking about, oh, the parents, they're grifting, man. The mama taking the money and laughing all the way to the bank. No, she ain't. No, she ain't. The mama standing on fucking business. What the mama did was she using that money because think about this, y'all. Every day that the investigators are investigating for months. That's paid time. Those people ain't cheap. You know how much money it costs to get these independent investigators, all these people, PIs, and all these people working your case for months and months and months? That costs money. People act like that shit is free. It's not. And think about this, y'all. When they get all of this information, she has to pay these people to go through all of this information themselves. Right? So that's why when all this information, the raw data, I don't want to hear no shit on YouTube. That's why I be trying to tell y'all this. I don't be giving a fuck about none of this shit they talking about on YouTube because they're liars. Because the real information is going to be presented in a court of law. And the reason why you know it's going to be presented is because the mama and the daddy and Ben Crump and them are forcing everybody's hand. This is what you do. This is the reason why I told y'all Ben Crump don't give a shit about that audio these people talking about. You ain't seen Ben Crump say one thing. All you seen is a bunch of YouTube junkies running around here lying with bad fucked up weaves and some of these niggas that need to be goddamn on a treadmill lying about lying, misleading, doctored evidence. Let's keep going and show you what else the parents have demanded. Very important stuff. Very important stuff, man. Check it out, y'all. Right here. Let's go to this. Right? The letters request preservation of the following in that petition, right? Vessel registration records, ownership records. Now listen to what I told y'all this. Remember I told everybody this? Niggas don't want to listen to me. They act like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm smarter than all these motherfuckers. Because you know why? I sit back and I study. Now peep what I just told y'all. Didn't I tell y'all the parents finna get a stupid bag off that boat company? I told y'all this before this article even came out. I told y'all what the fuck is gonna happen. Because them boys didn't have on no life jackets. Where was the life jackets at? Where was all this other stuff? So even if it was an accidental death and the parents find that out, they finna get a stupid bag of money. Because the people who rented out the boat have responsibility to ensure, right, the safety of that boat and those that are therein. Those kids did not have on a life jacket. Those kids were drinking illegally on that boat. Where was the parent? Not parents. Where was the adults? Where was the leadership? Where was the people who rented out these boats to control, right, the atmosphere of what was going on out there? Peep game now. So that's why she asked for the vessel registration records too. Make sure all this shit was registered correctly. Ownership records. Let's see who owns that boat. Rental agreements. Let's see that was going on. Excuse me, to the person who says I said the audio was fake. I didn't say the audio was fake. I said the audio was doctored. The original audio has been leaked, but it's not in its original form, sir. Excuse me, sir. It didn't turn out to be real, asshole. Like, your name is Mr. Trump-tastic. You don't know what you're talking about, sir. They put out the audio that was doctored, fool. What the blue hell is wrong with you, boy? They put out a audio that was doctored. That is not in its original raw form. Period. That is why Ben Crump and them ain't even talking about it. Once again, think about this, y'all. That's a breakthrough. This audio, y'all, is saying, oh, he's dead. Everybody on the internet is talking about it except for Ben Crump and the family. Why? Because they know that shit is cap. They ain't worried about that. They're only focused on real evidence, not that bullshit. Let's keep going. Rental agreements, marina records, dock assignment records, slip records, fuel purchase records, security recordings, private security camera footage, and any other surveillance recordings related to the investigation. Right? Watch. When this whole investigation done, they're going to have videos we didn't even see. The cops got them right now. Everybody keeps saying, why did they do this? Bro, listen, let me tell y'all something. It's an ongoing investigation. They're not going to release all that information to y'all. They're not. The cops probably got a ton of videos and audios and evidence right now. They're not going to show that to y'all. They got to send that shit to a grand jury. You think they're going to show that shit to the public and fuck up their case? Learn life. This is why I told y'all it was important that Ben Crump got on the case, because now they have to play it 100% down the line. So when all these people were saying, I don't know if Ben Crump should got a nigga, know your role and shut your mouth. Ben Crump did exactly what he was supposed to do. He came in and sounded the alarms on these Bammers, right? And made sure they had to do a thorough, 100% correct investigation to the point where they got the FBI involved. And now that they got their own independent investigators, that's why I told y'all, always wait on what Crump and them independent investigators say, because they cannot cut corners now, because the family, funded by all the people, have independent investigators to find out if whatever the state comes with is true. They're not going to tell you right now. You're not going to know this. That's why I tell y'all, every motherfucker on YouTube that says is a fucking liar. Every one of them. They haven't seen the real evidence. None of these people have seen the interrogations that have been videoed, recorded for all of these people that they've called downtown. They're not going to see it. You know who's going to see it? A grand jury. And I'm going to show y'all proof of what I'm talking about right now. Remember before the Celeste Rivas trial with David, the David trial with Celeste Rivas, these motherfuckers was running around. I don't think they're doing their job, man. What's taking them so long? What's taking them so long? They're doing their damn job. They had to take a while to do a thorough investigation. Sometimes it takes a while. I don't think they got the evidence. They came out and showed y'all all kind of shit you ain't know they had. That blew people's socks off. But because the general public has no patience, will go off of any old bulljive information that's put out. It causes you to listen to people who don't know a damn thing. And so when they look stupid, they have to double down and triple down on stupidity to save their reputation, which has already been gone straight to hell. Let's keep going and showing y'all what else they asked for, because it ain't over with. And we going to get to Officer Tatum right now, because I know Officer Tatum, bro, you sad, bro. I'm telling you, bro. What I got on Officer Tatum, bro, that dude, I call that dude a bold-faced lie today, man. When them people told me, hey, Ticket, check out this Officer Tatum, man. That dude is a Jason. Bro, he's a bold-faced liar. I got his ass, though. I got his ass. Don't worry about it. Just a second, I'm going to get him. So the letters that they sent, the legal letters, you guys, demand preservation of all communications related to Nolan Wells to include any witnesses, other occupants on the boat, the fact and circumstances surrounding Nolan Wells' death and events occurred between July the 2nd. Just show y'all something. Listen now. Listen now. The facts, and this is a key part. Everybody running with all this information, but nobody's telling y'all this. The facts and circumstances surrounding Nolan Wells' death and events occurred between July the 2nd and July the 6th. July the 2nd, not the 4th. What the fuck is going on? Read that again. The facts and circumstances surrounding Wells' death and events occurred between July the 2nd through the 6th. See, that's why I try to tell y'all, everybody need to sit back and wait. This shit fitting to get diabolical surgical. That's why I told y'all, I'm sit back, wait till what Ben Crump and them say. But y'all don't want to listen to me. Y'all motherfuckers just want to come out and say anything. I told you, wait till Ben Crump comes out. Let's keep going. Communication with all law enforcement about the incident and investigation. Communications with medical providers concerning Nolan Wells. Communications with Nolan Wells' family. Communications with news media. Communications with insurance representatives. Social media posts, messages, and discussions concerning Nolan Wells or the incident. Now, let's keep going, y'all, because I got some more for y'all. I definitely got some more for y'all, bro. This is wild, bro. Hey, bro, listen, man. Shout out to the mama, man. They were talking all that shit about this boy mama. This boy mama came off the top rope on their ass. Boat records, electronic chart plotter data, engine data. Ooh, engine data. Wonder why they would want the engine data. If you ask me, it sounds like a wrongful death lawsuit that's going to be flying. Safety equipment inventories, passenger manifest, law enforcement records, incident reports, supplemental reports, field notes, detective notes, officer notes, body worn camera footage, dash cam footage, Marine patrol footage, dispatch records, computer aided dispatch records, 911 recordings, radio communications, evidence logs, chain of custody documentation, affidavits, digital forensic extraction. That's why I told y'all all of this shit they're putting on the internet is bullshit because it's been doctored, altered. This is why I told everybody, and everybody got mad at me for telling the truth. I said, bro, I don't know what happened because Ben Crump's team, their legal team, have completely distanced themselves from those specific viral audio enhancements. I told y'all this. He is not acknowledging them as real evidence. Only the people on YouTube are saying, this is real evidence. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, you're rolling, shut your mouth. No, it's not. Ben Crump's legal team. Anybody who got Ben Crump number, call him and ask him. They asking everybody except for Ben Crump and the parents what y'all think about that audio. See, when I sit up here and tell the truth, mofos gonna get mad. They don't ask everybody and their mama about that doctored audio. They ain't asked Ben Crump. They ain't asked the rest of the lawyers that they got now or the parents. You know why? They know it's bullshit. This is the reason why Jesse Weber had that guy who said that he disputes those audio claims that TMZ and everybody else put out. The forensic expert. This is why I told y'all that this morning. But y'all niggas thought I was hating when I was just telling the truth. These niggas thought I was hating when I was telling the truth. Questions are being raised about what can be heard in the newly released audio tied to the investigation of Nolan Wells' death. The Mississippi Department of Marine Resources released a recording of a distress call made by a teenager on a boat to a private towing company called Sea Tow on July the 4th. Nolan Wells was on that same boat as he traveled to Horn Islands with his friends. On the call, you can hear background commotion and multiple voices as the young man tells the dispatcher that the bilge pump has stopped working and they are sinking. TMZ claims that they took the same recording and enhanced the audio. Once you did that, game over. This is why I told y'all it was bullshit. You cannot touch a raw audio file if you are not involved in it. That's why Ben Crump and them ain't said a fucking word about that bullshit audio because it was tampered with, like I told y'all. You cannot tamper with anything. Once again, TMZ claims that they took the same recording and enhanced the audio. The outlet says some people believe they can hear someone asking, "Is he dead?" along with other phrases including "Nolan, check his chest and wake up." Digital forensic experts Robert Freed appeared on Jesse Weber Live Monday after analyzing the original recording and the enhanced version shared by TMZ. He explained that his team at Page One Inc. first noticed that TMZ version is 20 seconds longer than the original. Ooh, I told y'all this. This is why Ben Crump and them team, I don't get that shit from around me. This is why I try to tell y'all this. They're coming on the internet lying to y'all. And a lot of these people are going to be put in lawsuits too. And I'm going to be a happy man when I see they get their lying asses sued for putting out lies on the internet. You cannot have an audio tampered with. The audio was tampered with. It was tampered with. In fact, TMZ admitted that they tampered with it. TMZ admitted that they tampered with it. In fact, not only that, TMZ admitted that it was unverified. This is TMZ's report right here. The call seemed like someone might have said, "Check his chest and wake up." You can clearly hear the caller yell, "Shut the F up." To be clear, this is what TMZ wrote. None of those interpretations have been confirmed. And the muffled conversation leaves plenty of room for people to hear different things. This is why everybody on the internet been talking except for Ben Crump. Ben Crump and them don't give a shit about that. You know why? Because they know it's cap. And this is why I told y'all, when the forensic investigator listened to the audio that was put out there, listen, the audio was not authenticated by, I'm talking about the changed audio. The original audio was authenticated, not the one that everybody changed and act like they raised the voices. No, that has not been. And I have 100% evidence of that. This is the reason why, once again, Ben Crump and his team have dismissed that. They're not even talking about it. Read it right here once again on your screen. Ben Crump's legal team has completely distanced themselves from these specific viral audio, quote unquote, enhancements. He is not acknowledging them as real evidence. I told y'all this. Instead, Crump and the FBI are focusing entirely on official, raw data. Right? They subpoenaed Snapchat corporate servers to pull true, untampered metadata in geolocations, bypassing the unverified clips floating around the internet. I've been told y'all this, but y'all motherfuckers don't want to listen to me. You're going to find out like Penny the Hardaway, nigga. Now back to what the forensic analyst told Jesse Weber. The digital forensic expert, Robert Freed, appeared on Jesse Weber Live yesterday after analyzing the original recording. And he also analyzed the enhanced version shared by TMZ. See, this is what happens when you don't read, ladies and gentlemen. When you don't read, you'll get left behind. Let me read this again. There were two versions. There was the original raw version, and there was a version that people tampered with. You cannot use that as tampering, right? So listen to this right now. And everybody says you can't use TMZ as your resources. Everybody was using the TMZ video audio they put out. This is what I'm telling people. Y'all was using the audio that TMZ put out that they enhanced. This is the reason why Ben Crump and them ain't saying nothing. But let's keep going. Digital forensic expert Robert Freed appeared on Jesse Weber Live. That's Jesse Weber from Law and Crime, y'all, and he also is on News Nation. He does the murder crime investigations. Y'all know Jesse Weber. He appeared yesterday after analyzing the original recording. Remember, I told y'all it's two recordings: the original and the enhanced version shared by TMZ. He explained that his team at Page One Inc. first noticed that the TMZ version is 20 seconds longer than the original version. Did I tell y'all this? They tampered with that shit. TMZ, man, they ain't fucking around, bro. They campaigning over there. They might get elected. Now, let me read that line again. He explained that his team at the Page One Inc. first noticed that the TMZ version is 20 seconds longer than the original version. Why is that, y'all? How does TMZ's version get to be 20 seconds longer than the original raw version? Make it make sense. If all you did was turn up the volume, how is their version 20 seconds longer? See, y'all, and TMZ's already being sued by the black lawyer, what you call it? I forget his name. They already being sued by him, Harvey and them. I don't forgot the dude's name. I've been trying to tell y'all this, but y'all don't want to listen to your boy. Let's keep going, y'all, because I got more for y'all. Also, the TMZ version is 20 seconds longer than the original. They then preserved the clips from their original websites. And notice, listen, y'all, this is the most important of them all. And everybody has to read this right here, because this is why I tell y'all, I read and look at everything, specifics, down to the very core detail. And I'm going to blow this up for you guys right now, because I want y'all to see and I want y'all to read exactly what I'm going to put on the screen right here. Let me blow this up for y'all, just for people who may have problems with your site. Let's blow that part up right there so everybody can see it right there. The digital forensic expert Robert Freed appeared on Jesse Weber Live Monday after analyzing the original recording and the enhanced version shared by TMZ. He explained that his team at Page One Inc. first noticed that the TMZ version is 20 seconds longer than the original. If it wasn't tampered with, you guys, why is TMZ's version 20 seconds longer? And the version everybody else is putting out? Because like I told y'all, that audio was tampered with. That's the reason why you don't hear Ben Crump saying a fucking word. Because he knows it's bullshit. That's why Ben Crump has distanced himself from that capping ass audio that these liars on YouTube are talking about. Now let's keep going. Let's keep going. They then preserved the clips from their original websites and noticed, read, this is the most important right here, y'all, that they had different digital footprints and content. You know what that means? They were tampered with. The ones y'all heard on YouTube wasn't the original. It was tampered with. Anytime an audio filing has different digital footprints, it's fake. They had all of these people on the internet reacting to a falsified, enhanced audio. To the person who says, this is what I want to believe, this is not what I want to believe. This is what Ben Crump believes, ma'am. Because Ben Crump and his legal team and the legal team for the parents have completely distanced themselves from those viral audio enhancements. And he isn't even acknowledging that shit is real evidence. Do your research before you come on here running your fucking mouth to me. Do your research. And in the end, you'll see I'm right. But by that time, I'd have blocked your ass, so you can't never come around me again. Once again, he explained that his team at Page One Inc. first noticed that that version that everybody's listening to, the TMZ version they put out, where you can hear all that shit, is 20 seconds longer than the original. And go down to that sentence right there in the first paragraph, last sentence. They then preserved the clips from their original websites and noticed that they had different digital footprints and content. It was when his team worked out transcriptions from both versions, right? And even though they are distorted, TMZ claims could not be corroborated. This is why I told y'all. This is why I told y'all. But let's keep going, because we have to go to a guy by the name of Mr. Tatum. Mr. Tatum. Mr. Tatum that released this video. And I'm not saying that the video is a lie. I'm saying that Mr. Tatum, you, sir, you a stone cold liar. And I have proof of that tonight. Now, Tatum, you went on Fox News and you lied. You lied on Fox News. You lied. And I'm going to show y'all where he lied and why Tatum should be ashamed of himself, because I'm going to prove that Tatum lied. And I'm going to prove what he lied about right now. I told y'all, I don't care who it is. You don't play no games with me. I only stand for the truth. And I don't care where it's at or where it comes from. If it's the truth, I only respect the truth. Now let's talk about what lying ass Tatum said. Because Tatum, he is a liar. And I'm going to tell y'all why.
Blackline Security CEO Brandon Tatum. Brandon, great to have you on the show. I want to play some sound from Benjamin Crump. See what he said. I think you'll find this is kind of a biased narrative, but I'll let you decide that. Watch.
This pathologist cannot rule out if any intervening non-accidental factors contributed Two are caused the death of Nolan Wells. Understand, he said based on the examination of the body, he cannot rule out foul play. That is significant.
Brandon, he says you can't rule out foul play. What he left out is there is zero evidence of foul play.
He did not. First of all, that guy is a liar. He did not leave that out. He also said, as well, not only did he say that, but he also said that it was inconclusive, meaning they didn't know the cause of his death, meaning that his death could still have been an accident, but they wanted to know the truth, and they wanted all the information pertinent to the case. But let's get to Officer Tatum.
First of all, Benjamin Crump needs to learn how to read. And I think that he was very disrespectful to the family by even...
So he says that he needs to learn how to read. Benjamin Crump has been doing this for a long time, and you're going to disrespect him like that, Tatum. You're going to disrespect a grown-ass, damn near 60-year-old man, right? When you're going to be 60 one day, and you're not going to read as perfect as you read when you were in your 40s, Tatum. Right, Tatum? So first of all, Tatum, you're disgusting and you're disgraceful just for saying that. Let's start right there. Now let's keep going.
Doing this presentation unprepared. It is asinine.
How was he unprepared? He had all of the layouts right there. You keep saying it's asinine. What are you talking about, Tatum? Let's keep going.
He would interject race into a situation where there's no evidence.
Okay, listen. Now this is where he lied right here, y'all. Now let's get to this again. Once again, let's go right here.
Evidence of race, and there's no evidence of foul play. I think he was very disrespectful to the family by even doing this presentation unprepared. It is asinine that he would interject race into a situation where there's no evidence of race and there's no evidence.
So how can he say there's no evidence of race and he hasn't seen the evidence? Tatum, you have not seen the evidence. You have not, Tatum, are you working with the police department in Mississippi? Are you working with the independent investigators? So how can Tatum say this and he have not seen the evidence? This is the same thing I say to everybody on YouTube. People coming on the internet talking shit, they ain't seen the evidence. And Tatum, your capping ass, your lying ass, you ain't seen the evidence. So what is you talking about? Liar? Capper? You haven't, matter of fact, I can make an argument that Ben Crump have seen more evidence through their private investigators than you have seen. Period. I can make that argument, Tate. So don't come out here lying, Officer Tate. Don't come out here lying. It's not going to work well for you, dog. It's not going to work well for you. So for you to come out here lying like that, you said Tatum is as old as Crump. Crump is in his late 50s, right? How old is Officer Tatum? He's 39 years old. How is he as old as Crump? You're a liar. See how people come on the internet and lie? See how these people come on the internet and lie, y'all? This is why I try to tell y'all I cook niggas every day. Tatum's not even 40 years old. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Ben Crump is damn near 60 years old. Damn near 60 years old. Tatum is 39 years old. Stop lying, I'm gonna block your ass. This is why I be trying to tell y'all this. See how people come on the internet lying, y'all? Tatum just as old as Crump. No, he ain't. Crump old enough to be Tatum's daddy, nigga. Sit down and shut the hell up. And stop lying on the internet, capping, because that shit don't get past me. You're a liar, okay? You are a liar. For you to say that Tatum is damn near the same age as Crump, that's a stone cold, bold-faced lie. Period. Tatum's 39. And how old is Ben Crump? Let me see. How old is Ben Crump? Hold on. How old is Ben Crump? Let me see. Ben Crump, you guys, is 56 years old. Listen what I told y'all now. 39, 56. That's a big difference. You said typo, you was wrong. Okay, I'll give you that. At least you admitted you was wrong, because a lot of these people won't admit that they're wrong. And that's sad. A lot of people won't even admit that they're wrong. Right? I appreciate you admitting that. Now, let's get back to this, right? Tatum says that there's no evidence of race. How can Tatum say that he ain't even seen the case file? This is what I'm trying to tell y'all about everybody that's involved in this case, bro. This is the same shit they ran with Carmelo Anthony, bro. Bro, nobody saw the case files in the investigation files during the trial or before the trial. How can he say this? Ben Crump can say the shit he's saying because Ben Crump has private investigators that are investigating on his behalf and he's getting updates. So maybe Ben Crump is seeing shit we ain't seeing, sir. Not only that, Tatum, since you said that shit about racism, Tatum, Ben Crump has already dealt with a racist situation down there in Tennessee. So don't fucking lie, because you said, I investigated, it's a good area. Bro, listen, make me cook your ass, dog. NBC News, sir. A black man was found dead after he told his mother he was being chased. Police said there's no reason to suspect foul play. Rasheem Carter's mother said that before he disappeared in October, he called in a panic to say white men were chasing him in trucks and hurling racial slurs. That happened right down there in Mississippi. Guess who took that case when the police said there was no foul play? Ben Crump. And guess what happened when Ben Crump came in and took the case and got an independent investigator? Same thing he doing right now. Independent investigator in the autopsy found a whole lot of shit. And they ended up changing it to being a homicide. But if Ben Crump would have never got involved, we wouldn't even be talking. And they tried to say it wasn't race when the son told his mama he was being chased by multiple white dudes. Go look up the Rasheem Carter case. Happened in 2023. But you are a liar, Ben Crump. So basically in October 2022, you guys, Rasheem Carter went missing after desperately calling his mom to report that 3 pickup trucks filled with white men were chasing him and harassing him in Taylorsville, Mississippi, y'all. He went to the local Taylorsville Police Department twice, seeking protection in a ride, and he was ultimately turned away by the Mississippi Police Department. This is the reason why Ben Crump is important. So when Tatum says, oh, it ain't no race, Tatum, you a liar, and you're disgusting. A month later, his severely dismembered remains were found scattered across wood areas. His head was discovered completely severed from his body. Local law enforcement and Smith County Sheriff's Department repeatedly claimed that there was quote unquote no evidence of foul play, even though this dude's head was not attached to his body, suggesting that his body had been torn apart by wild animals after an accidental death. However, the independent actions of Ben Crump tore that narrative to shreds. Attorney Ben Crump and the Carter family went and got an independent medical examiner who exposed that it had been cleanly decapitated and spinal fragments were found in entirely separate locations, pointing strictly to a nefarious evil act. That was Ben Crump who did that. The investigation exposed that the officials down in Mississippi found subsequent sets of remains in the area but failed to notify the family. The family only found out after local bystanders filmed police retrieving the phone and sent the video directly to the family. The independent findings forced Mississippi Bureau of Investigation to open a case. The family has continuously petitioned the U.S. Department of Justice for a federal hate crime probe, calling the incident a modern day lynch. But Tatum will come out here and tell y'all, well, it was no evidence of no race. Tatum, you're disgusting. You're disgusting. He's not even privy to any of the information that's going on in the police department right now. But he'll come on the internet and say this shit.
It is Benjamin Crump needs to learn how to read, and I think that he was very disrespectful to the family by even doing this presentation unprepared. It is asinine that he would interject race into a situation where there's no evidence of race and there's no evidence of foul play. I think that every single person under the sound of my voice wants to know what happened to Nolan Wells.
No, you don't.
But what we don't want is for people to interject hatred into a community that's struggling right now to deal with the fact.
Now, hold on. Tatum. That's another thing Tatum lied about. Tatum's a stone cold liar. And y'all tell that mofo, I'll debate his ass any day of the week. He's a liar. Tatum, you're a liar, and I'm going to tell you why you're a liar, Tatum. I hope you hear this. I hope somebody send this to you. You said they're trying to interject race. How can they interject race when race has already been a key factor down there in Mississippi? Tatum, I'm going to say this again to you. I double dog dare you to debate me, Tatum. I double dog dare it. How can you say that the family is trying to interject race into a state that's filled with race? Answer the question, Tatum. I want you to answer the question. Tatum said, let me say this again, because Tatum, you full of shit, dog.
A young man.
Listen what he said.
To Nolan Wells. But what we don't want is for people to interject hatred into a community that's struggling right now to deal with the fact that a young man who had an incredibly bright future, who was beloved by everybody.
How do you know this, Tatum? Because they told you that? This is why I told y'all. I'll wait to see what Ben Crump got to say. Tatum is going off what he thinks. I'm not going off what he thinks because he's full of shit. How can he know and he's not in no investigation rooms? Now, yeah, he did go down there to interview people, but he's not doing a police investigation. He's giving his own opinion versus the police investigation. Now, let me say this, right? He said, oh, well, you're trying to interject race. Bro, you cannot interject race in Mississippi, bro. Mississippi been racist. What about the Rankin County Goon Squad, Tatum? Tatum, you're a cop, right? What about the Rankin County Goon Squad torture in 2023, Tatum? Where 6 white law enforcement officers, Tatum, pleaded guilty. Guilty, not innocent, guilty to that horrific racially motivated assault on 2 black men, Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker, fool. Where the self-named goon squad entered a home without a warrant, tortured the men for hours using tasers, waterlogged techniques, and popped Jenkins in the you know what before attempting to cover the shit up. Tatum, what about Ronnie Hampton in 2018? Remember when they shot him? Right? Down there in Mississippi. 60-year-old black man shot and killed by a white man during a dispute over property. And the local law enforcement initially declined to make an arrest, which prompted widespread civil rights protests until community outrage forced a state-level investigation. What about the murder of James Anderson in 2011, Tatum? Down there in Jackson, Mississippi. Did you forget about that? Where a group of white teenagers were hunting for black people after a night of drinking, and they went and targeted and beat the holy hell and repeatedly ran over James Craig Anderson, the 49-year-old man down there. They used that Ford F-250 pickup truck to run him over while they was yelling racial slurs. And they convicted those ringleaders of federal hate crimes. What about in 2022, down there in Mississippi, where that white dude, I forget his name, Cox or something like that, but he pled guilty to the hate crime down there, right? After he got caught burning a large wooden cross down there in his front yard. He did that shit only to intimidate the black folks who was his neighbors. Remember that? What about the local resident that was convicted of a civil rights violation after they burned a cross in a predominantly black neighborhood down there to terrorize those residents back in 2015? Let's not talk about the Rasheem Carter case. I already told you about Rasheem Carter. When Ben Crump stepped in and stepped up on that. What about the Trey Reed case in 2025 down there in Mississippi? That kid was only 21 years old, I think. Black kid, y'all. They found him Hanging from a tree at the Delta State University campus. Y'all remember that shit? And they said that he took his own self out. That's what the state medical examiner said. And then when everybody got mad and they had a national outcry about that shit, right? The families came together and went off talking about the history of Mississippi and the pattern of what they do. What about Raynard Johnson? 26 years ago, almost to the day. He was 17 years old, black, in Mississippi. They found him, Hanging from a tree. Remember the FBI and local authorities said he took himself out? Civil rights leaders wasn't having it. They said it was racially motivated murder. Right? So don't talk about, oh, they're trying to come down here and interject race and miss, bro, you got a better chance of getting pregnant, boy. What are you talking about? And we ain't even talk about Emmett Till. I left that out. What they did to Emmett Till. And Emmett Till was innocent. Didn't do a damn thing wrong. And that girl, she got to live free and walk free all this time. She got to live to see her old age. Don't make me do that. I know my history, bro. Tatum is full of shit.
Would be taken at such a young age. But this is what they do, Trace. They go into these communities, they push racism because it's the only way.
He keeps saying somebody pushed racism. I showed y'all 1,000 examples. Tatum is disgusting. And he got nobody to push back on him. I would have cooked his ass. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all can come on YouTube playing with me. I'd have destroyed these dudes, man. I'd have destroyed these dudes. See, I'm going to tell y'all the type of person I am. I don't always just want to come say, hey, somebody murdered this, somebody this. But when I get the evidence on you, your ass is done. When I get the real evidence, it's over for you. It's over for you. See, y'all get mad at me because I just won't jump off the cliff and just say, oh, yeah, they did it. Nah, I want specifics. I want Ben Crump and them to come out here and lay the law down and tell us exactly what happened and present all the evidence before I can make an honest assessment. Because guess what, y'all? Let's tell the truth. Do you know how many people they've interviewed behind the scenes that we don't even know about? How can we give an honest assessment on what happened if we don't even know who's been interviewed? Who's been called down to the police station? Because they called a lot of people down there. They've interviewed a lot of people. We don't even know what their statement said. We'll find out in a couple weeks what they found out when this shit is presented to a grand jury to see if they can file charges. And when Ben Crump and his team come out and say what they found, because you know they're going to say what they found. But I keep telling y'all, these people out here pushing shit and it's not right. I'm saying that you should wait. Because we don't know how it went down. But however it went down, I'm cooking. My mind is very sharp on this type of shit. I cover a lot of these stories, bro. That's why I be trying to tell y'all this stuff, man. I don't be forgetting this shit, bro. Not when it comes to this. Not when it comes to this, y'all. So everybody's saying, oh, he is jealous. Bro, all these stories are unconfirmed rumors on the internet, bro. Y'all got to understand this. This shit happens all the time in these situations. But Tatum, he's a clown. Because, see, this is the thing Tatum's doing. Tatum is lying. Tatum is out here acting like he's seen the case files. Tatum is acting like he's been behind the scenes with the investigators. And guess what? If he has, then guess what? The whole police department should be shut down because Tatum is an outside entity and he should have no information regarding the legal findings in this case by the Mississippi Police Department down there in Ocean Springs. Straight up. He should not be able to see any of those files. So how can him or anybody else tell y'all what happened to Nolan? This is why I say this, y'all. Y'all be thinking, oh, Tiki, you trying to take their side. No, I'm not. I'm telling you that all these motherfuckers is doing this shit for money, for clicks, for views. That's what it seems like. Because how many people telling y'all, hey, man, let's wait to see what Ben Crump and them and the independent investigators say before I come out here and say all this shit and then they got to take it back. Because they ain't going to take it back. They're going to just take the money. It's not about caring about these young people dying. Because if they cared about the young people dying, they care about that boy who got shot and killed 15 years old over there in New York by the other black kids. They would care about that shit. You think they care about that? You think they care that a 15-year-old black kid was beat up by other black kids and shot and murdered right there in New York? No, they don't care about that. Why? Because it don't make them no money. Black on black crime won't make them no money. Only thing that makes them money is talking about white on black crime. When the truth is, we need to be talking about all this shit. That's the real truth. That's the real truth. Why ain't no outrage that they shot that boy in the stomach, right there, that 15-year-old in the stomach, and murdered his ass in cold blood in front of all those other black kids that watched him get punched on and didn't do a damn thing to help? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You tell Tatum I want that smoke with his ass, though, because he's a liar. He gonna sit up here and act like, and this is the same shit that Nancy Grace and that Megyn Kelly ran with the Carmelo Anthony shit. They're gonna tell the parents, oh, y'all are playing the race card. You didn't get to see the paperwork and the files they saw. How you gonna tell them they were running a race card when you didn't get to see that? It was a gag order during the case. So the parents could not come out and say, hey, the Metcalf twins was arrested for racist graffiti. They could not say that. So everybody, they was guessing. They wasn't privy to that information because that information didn't come out till after the trial in the sworn affidavits. Meanwhile, Tatum come out here, this motherfucker act like he got all the answers. Now, Tatum did go down there, but guess what? He's only doing half of the investigation. Tatum's only interviewing certain aspects of certain things from what I'm seeing. Did Tatum interview all the people that the FBI, the police, and all them had to interview? Did Tatum investigate the crime scene, or the scene of his death? Did Tatum interview Nolan Wells' parents, family members, and people close to Nolan Wells, or did he interview just all the white people? Cut that capping ass shit. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, bro. All these people on here be capping. And Tatum is this is absolutely disgusting. He gonna say they try to interject race in Mississippi. Negro, please. Negro, please. And I only gave y'all a few examples of Mississippi. I ain't even give y'all every one. I gave y'all a few that came right to my head. Right? Straight up. Right? That's why I tell y'all, these people on the internet, man, they don't really be caring, bro. Real talk, man. Everybody, they all got their own motives, man. They're not caring about this shit, bro. Like, real talk, man. Real talk, bro. Real talk, man. Let's keep going.
Only way that they can still keep up the grift, because we know, and me actually going to Mississippi, I spoke to many citizens there. I spoke to all of the kids that were involved in this, and they were.
He said he spoke to all the kids. Did you? Did you speak to every kid that was involved, Tatum? Did you really, Tatum? So Tatum, let me ask you this question. You spoke to all the kids that was involved, did you? Remember, we're going to find out very soon. And I'm going to tell y'all something. The parents should sue the fuck out of Officer Tatum if he lying. Sue his ass back to where he came from. Straight up. He was sitting down there. I saw the interview acting like he wanted to be their friend. Nah, you there to investigate. You supposed to ask the tough questions. You sitting over there like, hey, man, you know, man, this dude's a clown, bro. When y'all told me about this guy, man, I went and looked, this dude's a clown. Let's keep going.
Good quality young people raised right in the community.
Good quality young people raised right. How you know that? How you know they was raised right? See, this is what I be trying to tell y'all. How do Tatum know them people was raised right? He don't know them people. Bro, let me tell y'all something. Hold on, let me say something to y'all. If he didn't know Jeffrey Epstein's background and he went and talked to Jeffrey Epstein for 5 minutes, he may think Jeffrey Epstein's a good person. He literally talked to these people for a few minutes and gonna talk about, hey man, he's some great people. Nigga, you don't know them people. You don't know those people. This is the same way I be telling y'all on the other side. None of these people know these people, bro. This motherfucker gonna imagine acting like you know somebody based off one conversation. Make it make sense. Tatum, y'all please tell Tatum, I want to smoke with this nigga. Because I would ask him straight to his face. How in the blue hell can you sit up here with a straight face and say, oh, these some good people? You don't even know these people. Just because you had one conversation with or two conversations? Bro, you can have a conversation with a serial killer and not know they're a serial killer. What is wrong with Tatum? This is the type of stuff that's going on all across the internet. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all this. On both sides. Right? Peep game now. Peep game now. He on Fox News doing their bidding.
It isn't rooted in racism like maybe it was several decades ago.
Several decades? Is this dude out of his mind? It wasn't rooted in racism. Maybe it was 7 decades. Nigga, I just showed you 5 or 6 different cases from the last decade. I wish to God I had Tatum. Boy, I swear to God, bro, I would destroy Tatum. It would be a movie if Tatum came up against me. It would be a movie. I'm going to publicly challenge Tatum. I'm publicly going to challenge him to a debate. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to destroy this dude. Because that dude is a liar, bro. You said maybe. Are you serious? I can give you 5 cases in the last 10 years. Well, what are you talking about, dog? And then when he come that shit to me talking about some, oh, I met them, they're all good people. Nigga, you know somebody after talking to him for 10 minutes? Are you serious? If you think you know somebody after talking to somebody for 10 minutes, something's seriously wrong with you, bro. Peep what I'm saying to y'all. He gonna sit up there and say all that shit. Everybody keeps saying that certain boy did it, well, we don't know that. Y'all gotta understand, man. I'm telling y'all, don't say nothing until the case come out. It always be shit like this where it be a surprise. You know what I'm saying? The boy y'all saying he looked the part, it be going like that. Motherfucker be looking like that, and it don't even be them. It don't even be what you think. That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all need to fall back in the comments and just wait. You guys are prejudging shit. Y'all are saying, y'all did the same thing to the white dude with that girl, Ashley Janae. Oh, he's a murderer. No, he ain't. He ain't murdered that girl. That's why her parents ain't said nothing else. And her parents ain't filed no civil lawsuits, no nothing. Let's keep going.
But Benjamin Crump has to come out and do this instead of being honest and interviewing every party involved to get the full spectrum before he get out and run his mouth.
How can he interview every party if they didn't want to interview with him? How you know they wanted to interview with him? Tatum? How do you know that? See, these are all the questions I would ask Tatum. Tatum is full of it, bro. I would have stir-fried this dude, man. I'd stir-fried Tatum. Stir-fried. I'm talking about it would be something disgusting that happened to Tatum if we ever had a debate. Because I would cook him so bad in the debate, it wouldn't even be funny, man. It wouldn't even be funny, bro.
And Brendan, I want to play. This is because you also talked to Nolan Wells' best friend, and I want to play some of this sound because this is really a big part of the story that is being left out, and you got to the bottom of this. It is well worth the watch. Listen to this very closely.
The statements that are out there made it appear that it was just you, Nolan, and probably 2 or 3 other guys, and y'all are the only ones that went out to this island.
And that's completely incorrect. I mean, Horn Island on the 4th of July is the most popular day to be on the water on, throughout the entire Gulf Coast. Next thing you know, there's 50 other people around us, and then it just grew and grew as the day came on. And, that's just how it was. Everybody's drinking, it's 4th of July. Everyone's just trying to enjoy themselves. And, it's a big party, basically. Big party.
Yeah, and you had witnesses, Brandon, that were saying that Nolan stayed on the island because he was with a girl, and he said he would take the next boat home, and these guys left. It's not like they did anything nefarious. Pick it up from there.
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Warren for being brave and showing courage to come out, because while I was there, the young men were getting death threats, people trying to show up at their houses, but it doesn't appear that they did.
Well, you're not talking about Nolan Wells' parents getting threats. You're not talking about what they're doing to Nolan Wells' parents, Tatum. So you're not keeping it real on both sides. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, bro. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all. This dude is not keeping it real. Because that's going on both sides, sir. It ain't just one side. It's going on the Nolan Wells side and on the other side, man. But you only want to talk about one side, Tatum. Bro, y'all tell Tatum I want to smoke with him, man. I'll stir-fry his ass, man. Real talk, bro. It won't even be funny, because if he come with any of those lies he told to Fox News, this is easy work. A caveman can do this. And this is why I told y'all, this man is out here doing all this talking, and this man have not seen the case files. Bro, I'm finna tell y'all something. In these type of cases, it always be unexpected crazy shit that comes out. Things we ain't even know. Imagine all the information they got behind the scenes that they're not telling nobody. They can't tell nobody. You know why? Because they don't want to jeopardize the investigation. They would not put out any information that would jeopardize the investigation, y'all. Trust me when I'm telling y'all this. That's why no media outlet can say, hey, that audio is verified. The tampered with audio. They can't say that. They all report, hey, this audio is not confirmed. It's been tampered with. Once something has come out of its original form and been tampered with, you can't use it. Right? People, what I'm saying to y'all, it has to be verified. And what I'm saying is this: the audio that's verified, you can't hear none of that shit because it's the normal audio. So what I'm saying to y'all is people on all sides are talking shit. And don't nobody really know the real truth about what happened. Nobody knows the real truth, bro. Let me give y'all a perfect example. Look at the situation with David and Celeste. Nobody knew the extent of that shit with David and Celeste, bro. Not everything they revealing in that case. Everybody did not know everything they revealing in that case. It was so bad the shit they revealed in that case, nobody knew about that because all that information was tucked in. Same thing with this case. All the people they interviewed, all of the video surveillance they got, bro, guarantee you they got surveillance from when them boys left to when them boys arrived. How did they get a surveillance ticket? Street cameras, cameras on the Marine dock. They got all those videos. Trust me, y'all. All of it, the truth. That's what I tell y'all. The truth is going to come out. All those videos they got out there, they're all going to come out. So everybody that's putting out lies on the internet, you guys are just talking shit right now. Nobody knows the truth except for Ben Crump's team and them investigators that's investigating it. Why? Because they have all the evidence that we can't even see. messages, private messages, deleted messages, if there were any, photos, videos that have never made it to the general public. They got videos that ain't, and everybody was saying, oh, why did they have this video out, bro? They're not going to be releasing videos that will jeopardize their case. They still haven't done anything yet as far as make any arrests or made any announcements. If there will be any arrests or what happened. They're not finna give y'all that real shit that's going to jeopardize their case. Learn how investigations go. They keep that shit close to the chest. The only time they let that shit out is if they need help from the public to identify somebody. Other than that, man, a lot of that information you'll see in court if there's a trial. Or if there's a wrongful death lawsuit, you'll see all this information finally come out to the public. And when everybody see what really happened, they can be like, oh, shit. Because they're going to have the whole, if it was an accident, they're going to show how it was an accident. If it wasn't, they're going to, trust me, y'all, we live in 2026. It's cameras everywhere, man. Cameras that y'all don't even know about. Video that they got that y'all don't even know they got. And everybody on YouTube running their mouth acting like they got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway. You ain't got the answers, Sway. Trust me, they got videos at the dock when them boys went over there. Everybody keep talking about, hey, Ticket, they got on different clothes. Bro, I guarantee you they got video cameras out there. If these boys went to the bathroom, changed clothes, all this shit. Just this little clip of video right here shows y'all that they got, it's more videos that the police got out there. Trust me. The truth gonna come out. They're gonna have videos from how people was acting when they left. Right? If anybody had a Tesla out there, they probably got those videos because Tesla records 4K videos. Peep what I'm saying to y'all now. The police and Ben Crump and them detectives probably got so much video footage, audio footage, messages, and haven't told anybody in the public because they cannot jeopardize whatever the investigation is. But you have people come on YouTube and going off a little bullshit that they believe is real because it's been, bro, that shit ain't what it is, bro. Once you start getting into that real casework is where you start seeing where this investigation goes and what happens. Trust me when I'm telling y'all this, right? So a person says they are jealous of me over cheating. We don't know that. We don't know those people. See, this is the thing. Like Anthony Allen, you say that, that's not true. We don't know that. That's not a proven fact. That's just a theory that you have. That's not a proven fact. How can you say that when you don't know these people? This is the same thing I say about Tatum. Tatum is full of shit. How can Tatum come out here and say they're good people and he don't know them? How can you say they're bad people and you don't know them? Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. You guys are saying stuff about people that y'all don't even personally know. Now, all these people that are sitting out here talking this shit about Bart, what happens if Bart didn't do anything wrong and he gets found clear of this whole investigation? Now, all y'all that slander this dude, everybody don't send this dude death threats. What y'all think y'all can do? Y'all don't psychologically fuck this dude up now. Right? I don't want to hear about based off your life experience. Everybody is different. Right? So life experiences are different. Your life experience ain't being out there on the boat surrounded by white boys in Mississippi. So you can't talk about that because you don't know those people. Right? You don't know those people. The same way Tatum lying ass can't sit up there and say, oh, yeah, they're great people. Man, how does Tatum know? From one conversation? Fuck out of here. He gonna talk about something. They're great people down there, man. And why are you, nigga, you don't know them? You can talk to the devil himself one time and he fool you and make you think that he cool. The hell is wrong with these people? I'm telling y'all this. People will talk shit about people and they don't even know people. That's, to me, that's insane in this world. That is insane. You won't even know people and talk about them like a dog. And they do this on all sides. You know, Charleston White talking shit about Nolan Wells, talking about Nolan Wells was a homosexual. How does Charleston White know that if he don't know that boy? How can he say that if he don't know that boy? Peep what I'm telling y'all. Right? Here's the difference with Emmett Till and the Evans case. They're not in 2026. In 2026, technology is different. If they had the same technology then they had now, those cases would have been solved. Now it's too many videos, too much audio, too much tape, too much tracking, too much shit. Too much. And it was too many people out there. Too many people out there. That's why I'm telling y'all, somebody's gonna find the truth. I'm telling y'all this. Right? We don't know what happened. We don't know if he was unalive. We don't know if he was out there with a midnight getting top and drunk and may have passed out or some crazy shit after she left. And he was trying to leave. We don't know what happened. He could have gotten into a fight. We don't know. He could have gotten into a fight over the midnight. We just don't know. But guess what? We're going to find out from that investigation. But until we find out, I'm telling y'all, yeah, the parents should shoot Charleston White. Charleston White came on talking about Nolan Wells as a homosexual. How does he know that? This is what they do to people, y'all. They'll talk shit about you and don't even know you. Trust me, I'm telling y'all this. I'm literally trying to tell y'all this shit, bro. They'll put a jack. You do have to know them. It doesn't matter about history, sir. Doesn't matter, sir. History doesn't matter all the time. It doesn't matter all the time, sir. I'm gonna tell you why history doesn't matter. Because let me tell you why history doesn't matter. Your daddy could have been a serial killer. That don't mean you a serial killer. So I should not judge you based off what your dad and the mistakes your father made. I should judge you based off what you do. It's a lot of people that's in this chat. There's parents, maybe their daddy was a murderer, drug dealer, and all these other things. They didn't live that life though. So should I judge them based off of what their parent or their father did? No. Peep game now. So when you say that, you show me you have a small mentality, sir. You need to expand your mentality. When you don't know people, you cannot just come out and judge people you don't know. Right? Kane here said, my dad was a drug dealer. I never sold drugs in my life. Right. So nobody can put that jacket on you and say, yo, you know what I'm saying? They can't do that. But the way these people operate, they'll do it in this world. Think about this. Don't nobody in here know none of these people that's on this boat at all. How can we say anything bad about them? Peep this, y'all. A motherfucker will come on YouTube and get mad at capping ass Officer Tatum because he say these are good boys and don't know them. But they don't know them and they say they're bad boys. Make it make sense. This is common sense. I'm telling y'all tonight. Common, and it ain't common no more to have common sense in 2026. They'll say Tatum is cap. How can he say they're good kids? He don't know them. Motherfucker, you don't know them and you saying they bad. Yeah, I am just saying. Pot called the kettle black. Feel me? So this is why I say the things that I say to y'all. We have to wait because why? What does an investigation do, y'all? It exposes these kids' backgrounds, who they are, what they're about, people that are around them that can really reveal certain things. And that comes through investigations. That's why I'll tell y'all, wait on Ben Crump. Ben Crump gonna come with the shits. When Ben Crump come out with that with those results, Ben Crump gonna come out with everything. Trust me. If any of these mofos on the wrong, Ben Crump is gonna come out here, guns on smoking on their ass. Trust what I tell you. Right? Right? You said, I don't know them. That's the thing. You don't know them, bro. You cannot judge a book by its cover. That's the number one rule that you learn when you grow up. Never judge a book by its cover, bro. Never judge a book by its cover. Never judge a book by its cover, bro. You judge a book by its cover, you could be wrong every time, bro. And that's what a lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all look at a book, you look at its cover and be like, I don't want to read that shit. Probably would have been the best book you would have ever read. but you didn't read it because you didn't like how the cover looked. Same way every day when you picking husbands and picking wives. You picking them based on the cover, not the contents of what's inside. And this is why mofos going through divorces, 2 years in a relationship, 1 year they're going through a divorce, married 3 or 4 times, end up single. Entire life ruined. Why? Because you read a cover. You ain't read a book. You looked at the cover of that person. Oh, she got fat ass, big cannons, peanut butter skin. Yeah, dog. I'm finna marry her. You ain't read none of that inside of that book. Lady see a dude. Oh yeah, girl, look at him. He got a nice haircut, nice clothes. She don't know this nigga got funky feet, a bad attitude. Will beat the hell out of her. She was attracted to everything on the outside. This is why I try to tell y'all, a lack of knowledge and understanding destroys our people every day. They don't want to listen to this. The world we live in, people don't want to listen to common sense. They want stupidity. They want instant rage. They want anger, and they want microwave shit. When I'm telling y'all, Ben Crump and them, they gonna find out what happened, dog. Trust what I tell you, bro. Ben Crump and them, and when they come back, whatever they're finding is, now we cooking. But Tatum to come out here and act like, oh, they're just interjecting race. No, they're not, bro. It's already been race down there for a long time, man. Stop lying. And you trying to talk about something, oh, they're going on something that happened decades ago. No, you're a liar, sir. Those are some good kids. No, how you know that? That's what I ask. Maybe they are. Maybe they not. How do you know, Tatum? Oh, well, I talked to him. Okay, so anybody you talk to 1 or 2 times, that automatically makes you think they're a good person, Tatum? I'll destroy Tatum. Straight up, I would destroy Tatum in a debate. I'll leave that nigga he'll be so mad at me. Because I'll destroy every point he made. You gonna say these are good boys based off of 2 conversations, 1 conversation. Get out of here. You don't even know these kids. Right? Peep game now. We don't even know Nolan. Bro, here's the crazy part. We don't even know nothing about Nolan, bro. Like Nolan's parents, all we know is what Nolan's parents told us about him and his other little friends. We don't know if Nolan, anything he might have had going on. We don't know if Nolan had beef going on with another school. We don't know anything. This is the thing people not talking about. We don't know none of that shit, bro. That's why you have investigations. Why? Because we don't know this stuff, bro. Nolan could have had real beef going on with another school, rival school, somebody else. Somebody seen him with somebody's girl, with their girl maybe. So we don't know. We don't know, right? Yeah, motherfucker don't even know what Nolan sound like. And these motherfuckers come out here just talking crazy. Right? That's why I always said, but Tatum, that dude is disgusting, bro. For him to act like, because this is something we do know. For him to act like race played no role in that they're interjecting race in Mississippi, nigga, that's laughable, nigga. That's laughable, bro. They're interjecting race in Mississippi. Are you crazy? I'm going to challenge his ass in the next video I do tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to call his ass out one-on-one for a debate. I'm going to cook. If he accept that, I'm going to cook his ass. I'm going to cook him so bad, bro. This shit is not even going to be funny how bad I'm going to cook that nigga. And I'm going to make sure the whole world see that. Because tomorrow morning, when I do the video, I'm going to come and officially challenge him to a debate. About this. About the shit he said about this. Straight up. He's a liar. Liar. And then I'm going to ask him, do you know Ben Crump's history with this? I mean, you was talking all that shit, right? And then I'm going to ask him what happened in the Raheem Carr case. What happened in the Raheem Carr case? Officer Tatum, what happened, dog? Oh, okay, yeah, shut up. Shut up, dog. Shut up, dog. Y'all, see, bro, Ben Crump is gonna end up getting like a $500 million lawsuit off this. Watch. He gonna get a $500 million. That family gonna get like a $500 million. I'm telling y'all, everybody listen to this video. That family. The family is not getting no less than $100 million settlement. I promise y'all this. They're not getting no less than $100 million off this. Watch what I tell y'all. It's too much shit I've already seen that's out of pocket. And just off the fact of them not having life jackets, when 18 or under, whenever a boat is moving, you have to have life jackets on. And then if they didn't have the proper amount of life jackets, if they rented out this boat under any bad pretenses, bro, that is a disgusting lawsuit that's waiting to happen. I promise y'all this, right? I promise y'all this, right? To the person who asked about the tow in the comment section, everything's gonna come out. Everything's gonna come out in the in Ben Crump's investigation. Y'all just have to relax. Let Ben Crump cook, man. Ben Crump gonna get this shit well, bro. We've seen Ben Crump do this numerous times. I've already told y'all, if it wasn't for Ben Crump, guess what? There would have been no trial for George Zimmerman. If Ben Crump did not come in the Trayvon Martin case, there is no trial. There is no trial for the murder of Trayvon Martin. This is why I've been trying to tell y'all this shit. So Ben Crump, and then I would cook Tatum on that. You sitting up here talking all this shit. But tell me what happened with Trayvon Martin. Right? And the reason, and Zimmerman walked, and he wasn't supposed to walk. And we know he wasn't supposed to walk. But guess what? If it wasn't for Ben Crump, it would have never been no trial. Right? Yeah, so I'm just waiting Ben Crump. And when Ben Crump and them come out, they're going to come out with the real evidence next time they come out. Watch what I tell y'all this. Whatever happened, they're going to come out with that shit. And I advise content creators to watch what you say, because them parents, they're going to be scowling at people too for lawsuits. I'm telling y'all this. The mama and them, she seen they had enough, bro. I think they're going to crash out. The mama, and all them bad reviews they gave the mama, she ain't going to worry about that shit. That mama and daddy ain't never going to worry about a penny ever again. Because after this shit is over with, they finna get a no less than $100 million settlement. I promise you this. They can write as many bad reviews as they want about that mama. Let me say this again to y'all. They can write as many bad reviews as they want to write about that mama. That mama is going to get a multi-million-dollar payout. That mama the mama and the daddy ain't getting no less than 150 mil. By the time they finish suing everybody on wrongful death, I'm telling you this. The cash out is going to be stupid. They ain't never going to have to work. They're going to leave Mississippi. They ain't never going to have to work again. And I'm not even talking, I'm just talking about off the fact that I'm showing y'all simple shit that already can be held accountable surrounding the circumstances of this situation. Right? Think about this, y'all. If they didn't have enough life jackets on that boat and that boy got in that water and he had no life jacket on, there's supposed to be life jackets provided on that boat. That's the law. Anytime that boat is not anchored or tied up to a dock and it's moving or drifting, you're supposed to have a life jacket on in it. You're 18 or under, you're supposed to have a life jacket. I'm trying to tell y'all this. Y'all finna see. So they can say whatever they want to say. Whatever they want to say. Bro, by the time they finish these lawsuits, That boy mama, you ain't never going. You gonna see her ass somewhere on a goddamn on an exotic island with her husband and the rest of their kids, and they ain't never gonna have to work ever again. Watch. So you can write as many bad reviews as you want. When they get that money for that lawsuit, and don't y'all know Ben Crump has won $700 million lawsuits before? $700 million lawsuits, bro. It's not a game with this dude, bro. And you got motherfuckers coming on YouTube talking about, oh, he's grifting. How is he grifting when he know he finna get paid off the lawsuit on this? You can read this shit from a mile away. Ben Crump ain't stupid. He know all the details that can present a situation to where this lawsuit gonna be crazy. Peep game now, right? Well, we don't know why they took the. Well, first of all, maybe they had to take the phone because it's on the boat. You couldn't just leave it on the boat. You know what I'm saying? And guess what, y'all? Here's another thing that we found out that I'm gonna tell y'all. We found out that he slept over their crib before, right? That he would sleep over these guys' house. So if they had that, let me say this again, right? If they had that, then I mean they might have thought, okay, he's coming back over here. Because they were all together at the crib anyways, right? So we'll find out in the investigation. I'm not trying to give no excuse, but I'm telling y'all what the truth is, right? Telling y'all what the truth is, right? Because the word is that from the reports that Nolan would spend the night over their house, right? I'm telling y'all this. To the person who says, why would I need to go down there? And Ben Crump got his own investigation team. That's why I told you I'm not no private investigator, sir. This is why I'm telling everybody else, we're not in private investigators. We're not forensic specialists. I will be wasting my time to go down there and act like I'm some type of forensic specialist because I'm not analyzing all the data. That's why I told y'all Ben Crump and them have their own team for that. That's why I'm not out here saying dumb, irresponsible shit. Because I'm not in that field. I'm not privy to that information they have in this case. They have information that Tatum is not privy to. That's why Tatum dumbass shouldn't be saying nothing. Why is Tatum saying anything he's not privy to the information that those officers have down there? Make it make sense. Who said it was an accidental drowning? Who said that? You said you thought it was an accidental drowning. Who said that? Who said it was an accidental drowning? Stick man. Who said it was an accidental drowning? Who said that? You said accidental drowning. I'm saying, who said it's an accidental drowning? I'm asking you that question. Who said that? I did not say it was accidental drowning. You're a fucking liar. Go listen to my video, sir. I said it could have been an accidental drowning or could have been a murder. I don't know. That's exactly what I said. So stop lying, nigga. Go back and listen. See, y'all don't listen to videos, man. Something is really wrong with the mindset of people on YouTube. Go back and listen to my video, Janet Jackass. Ask anybody in here. I was not for the white kids' actions, you liar. Ask anybody to listen to my video, and I'll play it again for you right now. I literally came on here and said, nobody knows. I don't know. He could have accidentally drowned or he could have been murdered. I lean to foul play. That's exactly what I said. My exact words. You're liars and you're disgusting on YouTube. I've said the same thing the whole time. I don't know. Period. I said he could have died from an accidental drowning or he could have been murdered. That's exactly what I said. I don't know. I'm telling you the truth, just like everybody else should be saying. Because they don't know. All them niggas on YouTube, all these chicks on YouTube are guessing. They don't know. They don't have access to all of the video files, all of the interviews, all of the interrogations, all of the text messages, email chats, logging communications, GPS. They don't have any of that fucking information. We're not privy to it during this investigation. Think about this. Once again, I did not ban you, sir. If I banned you, you wouldn't be here. That's another lie you just told. You said I banned you. If I banned you, you would not be here, dog. Once I block you, you can't come back. Period. You said my rhetoric. It's not rhetoric. It's facts. It's factual information what I'm saying, sir. Nobody in this chat room is privy to any of the investigations from Ben Crump's side or Mississippi side. Nobody is. How can anybody come out here and say, I got the answer? This is the same thing with that sorry-ass Officer Tatum. Talking about some, yeah, man, those are all good kids. Nigga, how do you know? From talking to him once or twice? That's how you determine if somebody is good? People, I swear people don't have brains on the internet, bro. It's sad, man. Our mental capacity and comprehension, you guys, is disgusting. Anybody that's listening to my channel, y'all all heard what I said. I've told y'all straight up, I don't know. Period. I'm not going to come out here and act like I know when I don't know. But what have I said, y'all? I've leaned towards that it was foul play. And why did I say that? I said I leaned towards foul play, even though it could have been an accidental death. I leaned towards foul play because there was various people talking about that there was, threats of fights and all kind of stuff that was going on outside. So with that being said, that makes me think everything wasn't on the up and up as far as everybody being cool and because there was people outside arguing on those videotapes. And to the person who said I jumped the bandwagon, I never jumped the bandwagon. Go listen from day one. Period. To the person who says I jumped the bandwagon, I never jumped the bandwagon. I never came in here and said, hey man, he was murdered. I never came in here and said he wasn't. I've always said from day one, from the very first video, go back and listen to my very first video. I've always said the same thing. I do not know exactly what I said. So Moxie Mo, don't come in here fucking lying on my name or I will block your ass. Period. Don't ever come in here lying on my name. Matter of fact, everybody that's heard me say that from day one talking about this case, press one. If you heard me come in here and say every time that I do not know, press one. I've said this. I said I don't have all the evidence. I said I do not know because I'm not privy to all the evidence in this case. I said he could have died by an accident or he could have been murdered. That's exactly what I said. I said I lean to foul play, but I can't independently point somebody and say they murdered him because I don't have concrete, hardcore evidence of that. What the hell is wrong with people? Stickman, now I'm blocking you. Bye. Now you blocked. Now you're blocked. And you lied and said I blocked you the other day and I didn't. Now you're blocked. See the mental capacity of people online, y'all? You have such a lack of comprehension on the internet. It's disgusting. I've said this every single day that y'all have heard me talk about this case. I said, bro, I don't know. Period. This motherfucker gonna talk about, you jumping shit. No, I'm not. If I don't know, nigga, I don't know. I'm not acting like these other YouTubers who act like they got all the answers on this case. I don't know. This ain't an open and shut case. Once again, the same way I told y'all with Officer Tatum, it's the same way on both sides. How can Officer Tatum come out here? That nigga's not privy to no personal records, emails, logs, communications, private videos. He is not privy to any of that shit. How can this nigga come out here and act like, oh, ain't nothing happened? How? The same way I say with the other side. How can people come out here and say this was a murder and y'all ain't even seen all the case files? That shit has been unsealed. It's an ongoing investigation. We haven't even got the findings from Ben Crump yet. That's why I told y'all the whole time. Y'all are mad because I didn't want to accept bullshit that was put in the public. Because I know that a real case is not decided in the court of public opinion. It's decided by what's found and the actual details of the facts. Period. Right? And to the person who says common sense, no, your sense ain't common. Just to say somebody's guilty and you don't have any evidence, your sense ain't common. Here's why I say that, man. What happens if a video comes out or they have a video already showing something else? Then what are y'all all gonna say? Are you just gonna take back after you don't slander and torture these people mentally? We all ask for people to treat us fair. We all ask for people to treat us with dignity and respect, but we don't want to treat nobody else like that. At least until you're found, until they release the evidence of whatever they say happens, right? Once again, it's some niggas that can go in the courthouse right now, have a million tattoos. The judge gonna look at them and say, this nigga's guilty. He don't even know you, never talked to you, don't understand you, guilty, just based off how you look. Just based off how you look. It's a lot of niggas in prison right now based off how they look. A jury ruled them guilty, not because they had the evidence to prove them guilty, because they didn't like how they looked or how they reacted. They judged the book by its cover. Right? I'm just telling you, this is not an open and shut case where you see a man on the videotape beating the shit out of a woman. It's not that. And he keeps saying it is what it is. It's not it is what it is, sir. Because I'm gonna tell you something about the good book in the man upstairs, right? The same things you put on somebody else, the man upstairs will bring that and put that back on you tenfold. You don't want that. Right? See, you don't want the man upstairs to come back and punish you and judge you the same way you have punished and judged other people without any evidence whatsoever. We haven't even seen all of it. Bro, listen, we haven't even seen all the video evidence that they got. Bro, I'm telling you, they got tons of video evidence, tons of forensic evidence. You can leave Derek Johnson. I'm not going to say what everybody likes. I'm not mad at you for leaving. You can have that rage and that hatred inside of you, sir. Right? You can have all of it inside of you. But a wise man once said, be quick to hear and slow to speak. Once again, right? Your rage, your anger, all of this makes you so upset about this case with this boy. Were you upset when that black boy in New York got killed? Were you upset? Were you this outraged? Were any of these people that y'all running around here talking about, I can't believe they killed an 18-year-old boy? When I did the video talking about how they killed that young boy in New York, in cold blood, killed his ass right there on the basketball court, was there any outrage? That boy right there. That black boy that got shot in his chest and killed on that basketball court. Where's all these other people that's out here hustling right now on YouTube? Where are they at? I talked about this on my network. Nobody else talked about this except for the mainstream news. This was on videotape in New York, Albans Park, right there at the basketball court. 15-year-old with his backpack on. Black kids surround him, punching him, punching him, punching him. He refuses to go down. And then the black boy in the hoodie pulls out a gun, points it and shoots him right in his chest and kills him in front of everybody. And everybody runs off and leaves him to die. There was no outrage. On Juneteenth, there was damn near 10 black people that was shot in Chicago on Juneteenth at the park minding their business. Where's the videos and the outrage? Two weeks ago, there was a black man, 31 years old, former professional basketball player. He was playing in a basketball league in New York, a basketball tournament out there at the park. Shot and killed by another black man over a lady. Right there on the basketball court. Multiple people shot. Nobody talked about it. They didn't give a shit. It wasn't a white guy who did it. They make y'all think they care about these people and they care about deaths. They don't give a shit about that. They care about money. and YouTube revenue. Because if that was the case, they would treat the same way we treat when we feel like crimes happen from white folks or any other folks, they'll treat it the same as black folks. But they don't. You know why? Because it won't get them YouTube views. They won't. See, I only don't just talk about racial injustice. I talk about injustice against each other. That's why they don't like me. I talk about how bad we treat each other, how bad we down and talk about each other. Nobody want to talk about that. How dirty we do each other, how filthy we do each other. Person said I'm acting like a crooked lawyer. I'm not acting like a crooked lawyer. I'm acting like a man who got common sense and who was raised right. And I'm not trying to create doubt. What I'm saying is, and I've said this, and you must not have hearing in your ears to say that comment. You have no hearing in your ears. I've said I trust Ben Crump. Ben Crump does what? He represents black folks, right? Ben Crump has done this multiple times. When Ben Crump comes out with his investigation, I am going to trust what Ben Crump said. I didn't say I trust what Mississippi said. I said I'm waiting on Ben Crump. You don't like what I said. That's your fault. That you have comprehension problems, not mine. Because you know why? I know that Ben Crump and his legal team are going to do a thorough investigation. You know why? Because it's in their best interest to do one. And you know why? Because he has a history of doing it over the last 25 to 30 years. I've watched it. Right? You said that now you referencing the brother Canoe. You damn right I am. You said you posted about his death. Yeah, and how many views did you get, John? Voice of Peace, John NYC. How many views did you get? Nobody cared about watching that video, did they? They didn't care. They didn't care, man. It's fucked up, bro. I'm not deflecting from this case. I've talked about this case the entire time. What are you talking about? But I asked you a question. Voice of Peace, John NYC. Let me look you up right now. I said, how many views did you get? I ain't asked you to check your account. I said, how many views did you get on that video about the brother Canoe? How many views did you get? And that's what I'm asking you. Why can't you answer that question, my brother? Because, see, I'm talking to you with love, brother, not hate. I'm asking you, how many views did you get on that video where you talked about that, brother? You said you know who I'm talking about. So you know I care about black folks. Why? Because I'm talking about black folks getting murdered. Not just when it happens with a white folk where I can just monetize off people and how they hate and rage. Because they should have that same amount of energy when any black person is killed. But they don't. And that's what I'm talking about. How many views did you get, man? Why hasn't he said this, you guys? I asked him in the comment section how many views did he get. He won't answer the question. He did that video on that black person shooting and killing the other black boy on the basketball court. Just 2 or 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Right? 31 years old. Guy, he played overseas a couple years. And he was playing that tournament. This dude didn't even answer the question. You know why he didn't answer the question, y'all? Because he knows I'm telling the truth. Nobody watched that shit. They didn't care. They didn't care. No, I didn't ask you that. You're not listening, sir. Why are you not saying how many views you got, sir? I'm asking you a question. How many views, how many people watched that video you did? You said you'll go see, you'll go check it right now. Don't deflect from what I'm saying. All I asked you was one question. And y'all are going to see my point of what I'm talking about. Everybody that's watching this video, you're getting ready to see the point of what I'm talking about. See, it's no views when you talk about 15-year-old black folks getting killed by other black folks. It ain't no views. Foxy says he got 118 views. Come on now. Come on now. My point to you is this, sir. These people don't care about that shit, bro. If they really cared about black folks and it was black love, they'll talk about all this shit. All these black brothers and sisters is getting taken out. See, I stand against racial injustice too. You know what I also stand against? Injustice from our own people against our own people. Can't talk about somebody else's house if you don't clean your own house first. Can't talk about somebody else's house if you don't clean your own house first. Think about what I just said, y'all. Think about what I just said. You said that's one post. That's what I'm asking you. I asked you on YouTube, how many views did you get? Right. That's what I'm trying. You made my point. Only 118 people watch your video. You know how many people watch my video? Like 1,500. That's it. That's why these people don't talk about that. It ain't no money in that. What does it show? It shows you that they don't really care about this shit, bro. Bro, I just did a video today about the UFC fighter that got arrested on 3 felonies. You know how many views that got? Nobody cares about that shit, bro. You know how many views that got, bro? I just did a video today on the white dude that has the former UFC fighter that got 3 felonies facing 26 years in prison. How many people you think talked about that? They don't give a shit, bro. If they don't see us doing views, they're not going to talk about it. They know that if you rage bait, that's going to get views. Right? Right? But just as much as we talk about the injustice against black folks, we should talk about the injustice of black folks doing other black folks dirty as well. People that I just said. Right? Because that boy who lost his life, 15-year-old boy at that park, y'all go look this story up. Look up the video. It's on the internet. You'll cry when you see how they did that boy. 20-something kids out there, 30 kids out there watching this kid get punched in his face. He refused to fall down, and so he pulled out a gun and shoot and kill him in front of everybody. And they left that boy there to die like a dog in the street. And they gonna come on here and tell me, nigga. And none of these fake ass niggas talked about that shit. Them niggas fake as fuck. Right? Shit was all on the news. It's all on the news. That boy parents ain't never gonna be the same. 15-year-old shot right in the chest on video. None of these people cared about that shit. If it was a white kid who shot him, the whole internet would be in an outrage. Chinese kid that shot him, internet would be in an outrage. Black kid shot him, don't nobody care. Just telling the truth. 15 years old. Look it up. Go look. The video's on YouTube. Just go look that up. The actual shooting is on YouTube. A tear came down my eye to see that boy get dead like that. I straight up cried when I saw that because it felt helpless, like nobody did nothing to help that boy. He stood there and took that beating and refused to fall. They took turns punching him. And when he wouldn't fall, the dude in the hoodie said, fuck it, took out the gun and shot and killed his ass. His body dropped and the blood came out of him cold in the street. And all them fake ass niggas and everybody else that was recording ran like bitches. And left that boy there to die like a dog in the street. And these fake ass motherfuckers come on YouTube and grift and get all y'all's money doing 1,000 fucking videos talking about this shit, but won't talk about all this other shit that's going on. The violence that's ripping through Chicago. All the violence that was ripping through Memphis. Destroying all of our own. I talk about all that shit. Because it's all important to me. Make sure y'all go watch that video I told y'all about. You come back and tell me in that comment section how that video make you feel. If you're a parent with a 15-year-old kid, you tell me how that video made you feel to watch that boy get punched like that. They rotated turns punching that boy. And that 15-year-old boy still like a G. He refused to fall down. They were punching that nigga so hard. And the dude in the hoodie just got frustrated and pulled out a gun and killed his ass right there on tape. He said, I just watched it. It was sad as fuck. I'm telling you, bro. And ain't none of these motherfuckers talk about that shit. They don't care. They don't care. 15 years old, bro. If that was a white dude that did that, every motherfucker and all these people be talking about that shit. Because they'll get views. They'll get money. I told y'all, they don't give a fuck about Nolan Wells passing away. They care about the money that comes from it. Because if they cared about these young black men dying and losing their life, they would talk about all of them, regardless of who it is. And I ain't got no problem cooking no racist or nobody. He said, I just seen it. He said, I seen it. It's disgusting. I created programs. I appreciate that, brother. Because, see, I work with the youth, too. I work with violence. I work with the youth, and I'm into violence prevention and things like that. That's why can't none of these whole ass niggas on YouTube tell me nothing. Period. Like shit. So all they doing is talking. You ask how many all these people that's on the internet talking. Ask all them people how many of them working with the youth, working with violence prevention to prevent these violent acts. All they doing is talking and getting money behind this shit. Them motherfuckers ain't putting no action behind that shit. These are facts.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.